Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today it's going to be a short one. I'm just going to show you what I sell on the FLEA to flip to make money, and you can add it to your list and all my little tips and tricks for it. So hopefully this will be helpful to you guys. And without further ado, let's crack straight into it. All right, so the FLEA market is back up, and I've gone from, I think it was about 8 million all the way up to 50 million. Now, some of these stuff I've been selling has been the barter trade items, which have been, I've been going through and selling either to vendor or into the FLEA market. I did have 8 junk boxes, but now I just have the last 2 left. I could easily just sell this one right now, just to clear up a little bit more space. Not really going to be holding on to much of my my junk box stuff. Pretty much, I'm just going to prestige in about 2 to 4 weeks time, and all of it will be gone anyway. But if you are interested in making some money on the FLEA market, some things to actually take note and to look out for. So ideally, you want to be looting and selling as you go. Like, for example, power banks are very valuable right now, and you can add that to the FLEA market. I'd recommend going through whilst having therapist selected, and then going through your items going, okay, screws, how much are they selling for? Okay, they're 5K, so I might as well just vendor them. White tape, what are they selling for? 10K. Okay, could put that on the FLEA, make a bit more money. But you'll find things, here's a perfect example, right? WD-40 are currently at, the vendor for nearly 11K. If I buy that one for 8K, I could just vendor that and I make another 2,000 rubles. I know it's not a lot of money, but you'd be surprised how much when you go through these items, you'll just find stuff that are just like, they'll vendor for like 30,000, maybe like a thermometer might be a good example. There you go. And, 25K. This is just as you're going through your sales, just go, and if you notice these things, it really does add up. You might make an extra 400-500K. Very nitpicky, but it is what it is. So that's a little first tip that I've got for you, is as you're selling your barter trade items, if you see something that's like well and truly underpriced, you can just buy it and then vendor it anyway. Now, for actual what I sell primarily on the FLEA by flipping, a little bit of a trick to do for this. This is my wish list. So I'd highly recommend, if you have most of your gunsmiths done and you've done most of your questing, add all these items to the wish list. I'll just have it up on the screen right now. I'll move myself out of the way very quickly, and then you can add this all to your wish list. How do you add this stuff to your wish list? It's very simple. All you need to do is you right click the item, go add to wish list, and I just put it down as other. From that point onwards, you'll have it in the wish list, and then every reset I would just go through. Hold up. Every reset I would just go through and go, okay, so I can buy this for $6. So if I buy that, and I can put it straight up for sale afterwards. Now, some of these things won't sell for much more. This is 824, so this will make about 300 rubles ish after tax profit per sale. Fletchettis, can flip them straight away. Ammos always do really good. FMJ, because you shoot so much rounds with an MP7, FMJs, when you buy like 200 from the trader, it's like 5 mags, and then you're like, oh crap, I need to fill up more mags and I want to use good pen. So it sits really perfectly on the 40 mark. Anything over 40 pen will not sell on the FLEA market. So I find FMJ rounds sell pretty much instantly. Now you see that's at 800, and there was all these ones at 897, 898. You could either just buy that 800 stack and then put it with your sale up at 896, or you could just put it up for 896 anyway. When there's a big drop, generally speaking, press F5 and just see if it sells in the time. So I've got BT selected there. Primarily the reason for, even if I'm not flipping it, if I'm in raid and I see BT ammo, I know it sells for a lot. So this is another way. So 856A1. So it's $4 a round. It's not exactly $4 a round. So if you buy, say, 100 rounds, it might be like $396 or something. So it might be a little bit cheaper. But just say it was $4 a round. There's probably a good way to do a converter for it, but it works out to be about 632 rubles. So when you're looking at the FLEA market, you go, okay, I can flip this ammo. How much is it going to sell for? 600 and something rubles is like the baseline. So you're really doubling your money. Not only that, you're converting your US dollars across to rubles. And that's actually like really handy, because generally speaking, you don't need too much dollars. Like your M4 ammo and all that, you do want to actually you want dollars for buying your M4 ammo and stuff like that. But overall, rubles is kind of where it's at, and you can always just restock your US dollars every now and then. I would just go to Peacekeeper and just buy 20,000 US dollars in a stack, and then just go back to buying and flipping like this anyway. But yeah, a lot of people lose their perception of what actually is good value for that. So a good example is probably speaking around maybe AP 6.3. No, sometimes AP ammo will get down to about 299 a round or something like that. So $2 US doesn't really make you profit if you're selling it for 299. 400, it will make a profit, but it's just a good thing to take note of. Stuff like this ammo will actually go up a lot in value when more people get onto the test drive task, because it's a really annoying task where you've got to shoot lots of rounds. You got to go into streets and get people, kill people with SR2Ms, and people will chew through this ammo really fast. It's still probably around that a little bit too early mark for this to really take a big effect, but I like to have it on the list anyway, and it's still a profit. Like, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it really does add up when you start selling more. Now, going through the list, a lot of this stuff was unlocked via the gunsmith quest line. So punch through your gunsmith quest line, and then you can buy and sell more of these. So, you know, I bought that for 16. These are going to sell for about, I think it's about 24,000 profit. It's an absolute mess. I actually buy the whole list and then put stuff up for sale. I don't do it one at a time. So something like that, they'll sell pretty quick, and I just go through like that. Now, some other things to take note of. You've obviously seen the list. You can add that to your own personal wish list. And it's also stuff that when you're in raid, if you find it, it'll have that little star there, and you know it's good to sell on the flea market. It's generally going to have a bit of value behind it. So it's nice to put that in, build this list nice and early. Now, the next thing I would highly recommend taking note of is your flea market rep. All right, I'm showing this from the wiki, but ideally I'm at 7.19 rep. If you've got Unheard Edition, you get a bonus sale that you can chuck up. But yeah, so I can sell 6 items at a time. The way this works, it's based off how much money you put through the flea market, not how many items you put through the flea market. So for every 50,000 sales sold, you got 0.01. So if you're selling really valuable items, so say money cases right now, perfect example, a money case. When I go to my wish list, it's ammo case, money case. I can buy these for about 350K, sell them for 640. That right there is like 0.12 rep. So selling a money case actually puts my flea market rep up quite quickly. And then the faster I get up to these, like ideally around this area, you can get pretty quick around the 30 to 60 mark, and you've got 7 or 8 or 8 or 9 sales. Once you get to that area, or 6, 7, 8, once you get to that area, you can really put these up nice and quick and not have to worry about, oh, you know, it's being undercut. Something gets undercut, you just leave it up there. Now, there is a big negative effect. Say, for example, it's not going to really be able to show it that easily, but say, for example, I've got something up for sale that's definitely not selling. It's probably going to be these Rams. They're rolling truly under. If I take this stack down, I'll go from 7.19, I would guess, to probably about 7 or maybe 6.8 or something around there. It will take a really nasty hit to your thing. So when you put stuff up for sale, try not to put stuff up that's too volatile of going back down, or otherwise be patient and just let it stay up there. I just think it's not worth losing that much rep when you can just be patient and just leave it go there. You save up some more items to sell. Barter trade items is why, but definitely not going to be your way to make money unless it's stuff like defuel. Defuel is selling for absolute hotcakes. Is that saying? Selling for hotcakes? Selling like hotcakes. But yeah, defuel will sell and make you plenty of money. But just to give you perspective, that's pretty much the whole video. That's all I wanted to really share with you guys. And make sure you add this list. Oh my God, I'm lost. Make sure you add this wish list. It's just going to be valuable for you. I'm honestly not playing too much of this wipe. I'll be doing my hardcore playthrough, which doesn't require the flea market at all. So I'm more than happy for you to copy this stuff. Start chucking it up for sale when you can. Stuff like the guns, like a Vector, won't really flip for a good value all the time. It's almost like some people forget that there's actually needed for gunsmith, and they'll jump up. Like 122, I would put these up because it gives you good flea market rep. I'd put them up for like 114 or something, and so that way they sell nice and quick, and they don't get undercut by 1 ruble, because these will fluctuate all the way down to 100K. And in saying that, so for example, a Vector, if I was to put it up for 100K, and it's at pretty much 97 to buy, say I was to put it up for 100K, this is run at a loss. So if you put it up at like 109, it's a little bit under the value of what you could possibly sell it for, but it's also giving you flea market rep. And when you start punching these out really quickly, like I will buy my whole wish list. I'll have my stash cleaned out. Generally, I'll get rid of all these barter trade items and have my whole stash cleaned out. And then I'll just buy my whole entire wish list. Sometimes I won't get to put everything up for sale. I can do this all generally within a few minutes, probably 5 to 10 minutes. I'll put all my next batch of sales up. And I can walk away from my computer, come back a couple of hours later, buy the next lot of wish list. And you might end up putting like 20 of the same item up. So for example, like these AFG ODs, I might, in 17 minutes, I can buy more. I might end up having like 20 or 30 of them. I put them up, kind of forget about them, and you'll be very surprised how quickly these all start to pile up and sell. Last wipe, it took me, I think about 3 or 4 days to go from about 6 or 7 million rubles up to about 100 million. And that was just me logging in probably 3 times a day. It's a lot more different this wipe because the flea market was a bit more delayed. So there's already people with a lot more up for sale. But in that early section of the wipe, I was literally just making so much money from this. So just a tip, if you guys are interested, here's how I make all my money on the flea market. This is exactly what I'm actually going to do. I'm probably going to farm up to about 100 million. I'll finish getting the boss kills done. Then I'm going to get a friend to buy. I'm going to get a friend to put up something like bandages. I've got to work out the best way to not lose as much money from taxes. But I'll get him to put up like bandages, like 1,000 bandages for like 100k each. I'll buy all those bandages and give the 100 million to him. Obviously, I need 20 million still to prestige. I'll prestige over, and then when I hit level 15, I'll get him to. I'll put up the bandages. He'll buy them back, and probably lose about 10 or 20 million in flea market taxes, but I'll have 80 million for my next playthrough. So for me, I think it's a bit of a cheese way of doing the prestige. I'm more than happy to do it though, because it's perfectly in the coding and in the aspect of the game, I guess. And if you want to do it, feel free to do it. But that's currently my plan for when I prestige. So that's all I've got for this video. Hopefully you liked it. I'm going to try and put out some daily videos for a bit, talking about little things that I've learned from Tarkov or other games. But hopefully you'll enjoy these ones. Make sure you like and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Take some notes, learn some stuff. Write in your comments what you guys flip, and I can add it to the list. And lastly, guys, I'll see you next time.